What's going on, everybody? It's me, TheT-SaneOtaku here, and we're back again for what I promised a while ago when I was making everything. So this is going to be the hyping up to the Galaxy Star Gate, where just every kind of clan from Stargate, which includes Link Joker, Nova Grappler, and Dimensional Police. I almost said D-Robos there. They all get support the three clans. Thankfully, due to some people's, some people are not going to be happy about this one, but due to some fortunate events for some of us other players, Link Joker's kind of not getting as much support as the other ones. Like, they're getting the same numbers, but it looks like they're not getting as good of support. But we'll get into that just real quick. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first off, excuse me, First off, we have some of the Link Joker commons. To go and start us off, we have Trick Deleter Zyga, and his skill is counterblast 1, put him in Sin to Soul, choose one of your deleter rear guards and his card name and retire it. Choose 2 of your units and they get 3k. If your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, draw a card. So this card's really good. It helps you with your new starter and the new stand trigger that came in the last set to go and call more dudes. To be honest, really, it's just I don't know. I'm gonna be running him. I'm gonna see what he does because of the fact that I'm missing half of the old stuff, so I'm gonna be replacing the 10k grade 1s and stuff like that, and be seeing how well the deck runs without him. Excuse me. The next card we have is Brat of Many Worlds in Impretation. I don't know. And her skill is pretty generic. It's kind of it's meh. If this unit gets power plus 4k if you have a lock for each of your locked cards, GB1, and it's your locked cards. So this is supposed to be in Messiah's. It's probably not going to be run at all, so it's kind of sad. Nothing else to be said. And then the last comment for Link Joker is Dispose Deleter Gelhora. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, this unit gains 2k, so it becomes an 11k. And then for each of your other deleter deleter units. So it gets plus 2k for each unit. Possible plus what if you have 5 other units. So possible 10k, which makes him 19 on his own. Pretty good. And then you can give him a 7k booster, making him 26, and then with a 4k you make him 30. So I think this card is really good. It definitely does not replace things like Given, but I believe this card does replace the vanilla 10ks that you did run. So it's good to see that deleters are getting a lot of support in the set when they kind of were getting left-handed in the last set, so it's good to see. Next up, we're going to the single brews. We're going to stick to Link Joker, so we can keep it up. So we have High Pressure Starvader, Americisium. So this is GB1. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with KS in its card name, and your opponent has a locked card until end of turn, this unit gets plus 5,000. Then, if the number of your opponent's locked cards is 3 or more, another plus 5,000. So this card's interesting. 17k, grade 1, not that bad. I'm not sure if he'll be seeing play though. I know Nick is going to be running this card because of the fact that we're missing a ton of cards for Starvaders. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be put in the final build though, but we'll have to wait and see. And then we're going to go into some Messiah support. So we have Velastos Messiah. It's a grade 2. GB1, when it's placed or is unlocked, gets 4k if your Vanguard is Messiah, which always will be the case. And then GB2, counterblast 1, lock this unit. The end of battle, this unit attacked or boosted. If you do, soul charge 1. I think this is a really good card. It helps definitely with how Messiahs want to go and get multi-attacks off. He locks himself at a GB2, which is not that hard to get in this deck in my opinion. First stride, flip, there you go, GB2. I don't know if the soul charge is really like amazing, because I know that you want a soul charge, but I don't know where you want to balance it, where every time you lock him, you're going to soul charge one. Friend of mine, his name's Jeffrey, he's going to be running this card, so we'll just have to wait and see how good it is. But yeah, you'll see it in some playtesting later on, if you want it to. Next up is, we're going to go actually to the other Messiah. The other Messiah, grade 2, Myga Messiah. GB1, counter +1, lock this unit. At the end of the battle, that this unit attacked. If your Vanguard is Messiah, pay the cost of you look at the top 3, put up to 1 on your rearguard circle as a locked card, shuffle your deck. And then GB2, when this unit gains 2k for each of your locked cards. This card I do know is really good. This helps really build up a board. It also can help you with multi-attacks if you're attacking with dead arresters. So a dead arrestor can swing with a booster. You swing with this, you call over something that's locked, and then it could have some skills of unlock, get some stuff, blah blah blah. From what I heard, this is actually pretty potent, especially with the plus 2k for each of your locked cards, because you can already have 1 to 2 locked before you start swinging. Because you might have locked your starter, and then you know, due to some like sacrifice or something like that, you could get some more. So he could be a possible 11, 14k, you know, something maybe higher. Will we see play? Probably, but only time will tell. Then we have some double rares. Oh no, crap! I messed one up there. Oh well. We have the new stride for deleters. It is original deleter. I don't know how to say this one. Original deleter Gale Ayed. His ability is, well, he's got 2. This first one is a continuous. If you have a Vanguard with deleter in its card name, and the number of cards in your hand is 1 or less, you may stride this card without paying the cost for stride. This can help just with consistency, you know. If you're getting rushed by other decks, you know, you can always have a backup plan, and then your on-stride is free, you know, so you can start smacking off from there. And then his other ability is a once a turn, choose a face-down card with deleter in its card name from your G-zone, turn it face up, choose 2 of your rear guards with deleter in their card names, retire them. If you have a hard card with deleter in its card name, delete all your opponent's Vanguards. It's very simple, sweet, to the point. The biggest thing that this stride does is it gives us a new deleter stride to target to go into, so our on-stride procs off. That's the biggest go-to for this card. Will it see play? I'm running it as a 4 of because the win con is $50 still, so just saying. Then we have, lastly, for the single rares, we have Racer Deleter Bald. His skill is, when your rearguard with deleter in its original card name is retired for the effect or cost of your card with deleter in its card name, this unit gets plus 2k. Okay. If you have a grade 3 Vanguard with Gry in its card name, another 2k. So, again, another big guy. Why run him? I don't know. Like, the room, it's just weird where cards fall in deleter, if it's good or not. I'm going to say this card's good because of the fact that you can get him into the higher numbers. If you keep on retiring your stuff, like let's say you have him on the board, like let's right off the hop from like an on-stride. So you on-stride, you get this guy off the top of the deck, you can give him off the bat power from your on-stride, and then you can go and start just giving him more power from retiring units, and then potentially getting more and more and more. Usable, definitely usable. I mean, that's all I can really say. After that, we got some double rares. So we're gonna go into Link Joker's new Chaos Stride, Death Starvator, Chaos Universe, Arsony. What's nice is that, again, like many of the others, he's using Soul, which is quite nice because due to Zinc and a few other cards, you have a lot of Soul to use. Unless you're on the old CBD, then you kind of just crink and lose and sad. So, this ability is Auto Soul Blast 1. Choose a face-down card with Chaos in its card name from your G-Zone and turn it face up. So, not Persona, really nice. Because you can run him as a 1-of, and then Deluge is a 2-of. And if you don't want to go into Deluge, you can just go into this, and then you flip up another Deluge. For many of the cheaper player route, you're just going to run more copies of itself. So, back to the skill. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, if you have a heart card with Chaos in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses 2 of his or her rear guards and locks them. If he or she could not lock 2, you draw 2, you give 2 units plus 2k. Now, a little underwhelming, but I think that this card's really nice because of the fact that with now Resist Force, as many people call it, also there's a lot of clans that go out of their way to counter lock with Resist. Or you could just not have a board and be like Bermuda Triangle where you try to bounce most of your stuff or everything else that tries just to deal with it, like Pale Moon. You could just like lock 1, maybe not lock any, draw 2 cards and give some stuff 2k to make them 11k beaters. Is it going to see play? Yes, for sure. Is it a good card? I think it's better than what I was hoping, than I thought that they were going to give. But I'm glad that it doesn't trifle. Starvader's got a definite boost from their last set, so it's good to see that Bushiroad is actually keeping things plateaued instead of just rising them higher, as much as many people maybe wanted them to get higher. So we're going up to grade 3s. The last grade, well, the only triple rare we have is the new Ideal Ego Messiah. And he has 2 skills, of course, as always. On placement and stride. Once a turn, choose a card from your hand, put it on a rear guard circle as a locked card. If you do, so that's the cost when it's placed on Vanguard or when your G unit strides. If you do draw a card, choose one of your Vanguard, it gains power plus 5k until end of turn. I do not like this at all. This part of the skill is pretty meh. I don't like it. I mean, you have a stride bearing Vanguard and you have an on placement, which that's a nice added bonus. But from what I understand, you don't want to go and have this on your Vanguard circle. What makes this card good is this new rear guard skill, which is similar to the common grade 2 we said before. Auto rear guard circle, Soul Blast 1, and lock this unit. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and it is a Messiah, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3, call 1 to your rear guard circle as a locked card. From among them, shuffle your deck. So, again, like we said, if you have some dead arresters or dead other cards that aren't going to be locked in any way, shape, or form, you can call them with the lock and then you can start hopping your way through. This card is good for this skill, and you still, Alter Neo, whatever his name is, Neo Messiah is going to be your still for sure main ride, though. It's good to see the Messiah is getting a final grade 3, though, and this Arts SP is going to be looking fantastic. And then onto the last card for Link Joker, they have their new Messiah GR Stride. Now this one's going to be, this is a new trend that they've been doing where they want players to run 2 to 3 to 4 copies of the GR. I'm not happy with the idea, but here it is. It's got 2 skills, and its first skills, it's weird, but it makes more sense once I explain it. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, if the number of face-up cards in your G-Zone with Messiah is 3 or more, all fighters return his or her entire hand to the deck, shuffle their deck, and draw 5 cards. So, the reason why that's good is because of the fact that you could run up against like OTT, Susano, or Tsukiyomi, but they shuffle their big hand away and draw 5, and then if they have less than 5, they shuffle them back in, and then they draw what they They just get a top 5, so it could be potentially bad. But the reason why this is good is because you might be able to use this when it's low. Like your hand might be low, you put them back, you shuffle. Yeah, you could top deck 5 triggers, but after you use the next skill, and then at your end of turn, draw 2 off of Neo, potentially drawing more off of some rear guard abilities possibly, or draw triggers, you could end up from 5 to, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 to 12 cards in hand by the end of everything. So it's possibly a really good ability. Depends on your state though, it could be. So his other ability is Counterblast 1. Choose a face down card in your G-zone, turn to face up. It's pretty generic for a GR, thankfully. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, unlock all of your locked cards. If the number of unlocked cards was 3 or more, Soul Charge 1. Draw a card, and this unit gains plus 10k. So this is kind of like Amnesty Messiah, I believe. The old go-to for Star Vader for the mirror match, and then the one that gains unlock 3 or more gain crit. So this one I believe actually replaces that one now, as much as like it's high up in price, and yeah, you get a crit. For example, Nick is planning on running this one more because it Soul Charges 1, something that Star Vaders could use. The draw card is also a good thing. Power plus 10k, sounds all good. And then it makes them want to drop a perfect guard for this, and then you have your rear guard swings, which are just going to come in and beat their face. Now in Messiah's, I see this card as a little underwhelming, but I think that it's still a good card. They're definitely going to want to run it because of the fact that it Soul Charges, something that Messiahs desperately need. Getting power plus 10k, I feel like it could have been something else. The draw card is nice, of course, because then your 5 cards automatically go to 6. Then with your drive checks of 3, making your hand go to automatically 9, getting between 9 and 12 cards in hand is fairly easy. So that's mostly it for the Link Joker stuff. There is also a couple cards that are, you know, reprints. We have 3 that are not reprints, but are for sure going to be in the set. We do not know what's going to be the scenario for these yet. The first one is Photon. We all know this. Yeah, beautiful, I know. But with the new one, it's going to go and definitely help them out, because Photon was probably one of the most needed reprinted cards in the game, because it's instant 4 of staple and Star Vaders, and no one wants to pay $70 for an LR. So let's hope that it can stay under wraps this time. I'm really hoping that it stays at 12, but we'll see how it goes. The Deleter crit is getting reprinted as a common, probably. It says it's not known. It's going to be a common reprint or a single rare reprint at most, which is good. Deleters definitely needed this one. Even though getting them wasn't that difficult, you could get them from TCG for fairly cheap. So, could have been used for something else, but still, nice nonetheless. And then the last one is going to be, the meme going around right now is, it's going to be close, but no cigar. Because it is Star Vader, Chaos Breaker close. So, a lot of people are thinking that this card is going to be just a flop, where it's going to be kind of like the Messiah one, where it's like, it's going to replace Chaos Breaker Dragon, but it's not going to be better than Crisis. So, its abilities are unknown right now, but you could speculate as much as I do want to. To be honest, I think it's going to probably be this, like what everyone says. The one thing I will admit, I hope it does not turn into a Rising Nova Grade 3 or a Fenrir Grade 3. Both of those are terrible Vanguards. Chaos Breaker Dragon is a good card. It's just bad until you get to Limit Break. You can't use anything on it. And then everything else is just pretty because once you get to Limit Break 4, you're going to draw everything. But then they're just going to replenish and solve. So, we'll see how Chaos Breaker Close goes. So, the way that I think I'm going to do this is I'm going to break them off into each nation. Ugh. So, the way I think I'm going to do this is I'm going to break them off into each respective clan. So, in this case, this is going to be the end of Link Joker. So, you'll see these all at the same time. And see you in the next one very soon.